Hello, cruel world. This is Ace Vaughn Johnson from Faster Pussycat and LA Guns. Just letting you know you're listening to the Gary Brugman podcast. Rock and roll.
Yo, 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 it's your man's Big Daddy RuffNeck. You're tuned into the Gary Brugman podcast. Prepare to be entertained.
Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 83 of the Gary Brugman podcast. Thanks for being here with me. I got my brother Kevin. TJ's still out today. He's not doing well. And as a guest, I got Mr. JP Cervantes. So hold on to something tight. We're going to be banging off some guardrails. So let's get to it. Take 3. Hey, welcome back to the Gary Brugman podcast. I got my brother Kevin here. What's up, Kevin? How you doing?
I'm doing good. You know me, hanging out.
Yep, and I got Mr. JP Cervantes. Sorry, TJ ain't here. Big Daddy RuffNeck isn't here. No Maraca, but I got my Vicodin. So we're making it happen.
You know what? It makes the same sound, so it's so good, brother.
I was trying. I had another cup. I was looking for some beans to put in the cup. I was like, man, I only have Goya in a can. That won't sound too well.
Yeah. Hey, bro, that was very racist.
It was meant to be.
You know, you were gonna put beans in a can. That's messed up.
But then I realized all I had were canned beans, so that wasn't gonna work.
It's just gonna make a slushy sound.
That's disgusting. Don't ever do that on my show again. All right, we're off to a good start. I need to dedicate this podcast to my brother TJ, the one and only Big Daddy RuffNeck. He's been going through a hard time. He had his first dose of chemotherapy today. He hasn't been answering his phone. I've been calling him, but he did text me back, says he just got home. This was about 6 o'clock our time, 7 o'clock your time on the East Coast. And says he just got home, was going to make something to eat, and it wasn't as bad as he thought. So that's good news. Hopefully I'll holler at him later on, and we'll get an update on how he's doing, because dude, he's hurting pretty bad, man. And I think it's starting to get to him. You know, it's starting to get to him mentally, because that kind of shit will happen. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and what's that book that Dale Carnegie wrote? They just made a movie out of it. Damn, I can't remember, but he was talking about a plague that there was in New York City back in the early 1900s, and the newspapers kept writing about this plague and everybody dying, everybody getting sick and everything, and it was happening. And the mayor came up and told the papers, said, "Listen, for the next month, I need you guys to write positive stuff." And they did. They listened to the mayor, and they did. And everybody started getting better, because they were like, "Hey, we're healing this." And, you know, again, the media lying to the people, but it worked. It was, you know.
In a positive way.
In a positive way, yeah.
All the negative crap we're getting right now.
Right,
Well,
right.
maybe they were not even lying. Maybe they were just publishing the good stuff instead of all the bad stuff that was happening. I mean, maybe they were just really focusing their efforts.
Exactly. And just that bringing you into a positive mood, you know. I mean, you start thinking negative, you know, it's going to follow you around, and that's what's going to happen. I try to be as happy as I can, especially after almost dying. My girlfriend.
I mean, you know, there's a few times that you can't help it. You know, you're gonna be a little bit negative, but then bouncing back and thinking positive again is important.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like that one time, JP, when I was on your podcast, we're over here on your podcast, and we were talking about veteran suicide and everything. And I spilled the beans, and I was like, listen, I've thought about it before. Ain't a day that goes by that the thought don't enter my mind. But I challenge through it, and I keep going. I keep pushing forward. And then a week later, I was sitting in the corner of my room contemplating on writing a note. Sitting in the corner like this, crying, contemplating on writing a note, because I was done. You know. But then I got a text from God, and my phone went off. Remember I told you this? My phone went off.
Yep.
And it was my Bible app, and I looked up. I said, "Really? You're sending me a text?" You know. And
hey, bro, and it was not a text; it was an iMessage, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But
It didn't come in green, JP.
No green message. It was blue.
But it was a scary feeling at that time, and we keep Big Daddy RuffNeck in our prayers. I try to stay in touch with him every day or every other day. I don't want to get on his case too much because he's stressing out, but I try to call him almost every day. And we're going to keep him in our prayers because he's going to make it through this. He's not going to be alone through this. So,
Yeah, for sure.
But
he'll make it.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. Big Daddy RuffNeck, this episode number 83, is for you. And I don't want to hear that I already dedicated another episode. That don't count. That's in the past. This one's for you, brother. And that's why I had Mr. JP Cervantes here. This is just for you. But dude, we had a good day yesterday because Kevin's mom was in town from California, and we're trying to get her to move here. So they came over, and we went and had some Mexican food up in New Braunfels. Then we cruised on over to Sarah Carter's house, and that
was nice.
Yeah, we just popped in on her, and I was telling you, her husband's blind. He was Delta Force and got hit with a grenade, bounced off his helmet, and he didn't see it land. And he looked up; it was in a tree. So when he was jumping. So when it detonated, it took out his right eye and cut his orbital nerve on the left. So they lived up in Alexandria, and of course Sarah Carter's the investigative reporter for Sean Hannity on Fox News, and we've been helping him out a lot. You know, Kevin goes and drives him around, and I'll go up there and help him out with whatever he needs. And, and neither of us can help it, but if we walk him into door jams, into truck mirrors, because he holds onto our arm, we just tend to walk him into things, man. But he does pretty good for a blind guy, man.
Yeah, I'm not a seeing eye dog. I can guide you a little bit, not all the way. I can get you in and out of the car safely. Most of the time, I'm worried about where I'm going.
I hang out here once in a while with a buddy of mine, Ivan Castro. He's Special Forces, blind as well, right?
Right.
And when he was enlisted in Special Forces, then he went officer, so he had to go, back to the infantry, 82nd, until he became a captain, come back to Special Forces. But while he was in the infantry, and an IED got him blind, and the last time I saw him, we were at Charlie Mike's, of course. We were at Charlie Mike's, right? And he's hanging out, everybody knows him, so everybody's talking to him. And at one point he goes like, JP, I need to go to the bathroom. Can you escort me to the bathroom? I'm like, yeah. So, I'm holding, and the people that don't know him, they see him holding your hand, and they're like, dude, these guys are gay. Well, he don't stop there, because then we get to the bathroom. I open the door and like, hey, bro, you need help in there? And he goes like, yeah, well, all I need you to do is position me in front of the urinal. Once I'm there, I'm good because I can find everything else. So I walk in there, I put it in front of the urinal, and then I just stand there, just talking to him, whatever. And then when we walk outside, you see people looking at us like, what the fuck?
Whisper in his ear.
No, and I go like, Ivan, people are looking at us because they think that we did something bad in the bathroom. And Ivan goes like, oh, Papi JP, that was so good. That was so good.
That's awesome.
Of course, the ones that know him and know that he's blind.
Right.
How can you tell he's not blind? He got his little stick and shit. But, the ones that don't know, they start laughing. They're like, man, Ivan, you're a mess. He's like, well, if they think I'm gay, I'll let them think that. I don't care. It's like, I'm fucking blind. Well, what else are they going to do to me?
So
that's the least of my worries.
Yeah, exactly. So the same thing happened to me and Marty. We were at a place down here in Green, me, him, and Sarah, and he says, hey, I was sitting next to him. He goes, hey, Gary, when you go to the restroom, let me know so I can, go with you because I got to go too. I was like, I already went. He goes, dude, you broke the bro code. You're supposed to let me know so I can go and use it too. I'm blind. I'm like, well, I didn't know that code. Yeah, this is the first time hearing about it. So I walk him, and he's got my arm. I walk him to the bathroom, and it's a small little bathroom and stuff, right? And again, like you said, just pointing, I said, go ahead, straight ahead, and he touches it. There it is. He does what he's got to do, right? Comes back, washes his hands. So I walk him back out, and his wife was talking to some people, and and she's like, everything okay? I was like, yeah, just fine. And I'm laughing. I was like, you should have seen him. I had him piss in the sink and wash his face in the urinal.
Oh my God.
And he looks at me, he goes, no, I was like, I'm only busting your chops, bro. But it was great.
We give Marty a hard time.
They ain't stupid. They know. They ain't stupid.
Remember I told you the story about when I took Marty to the freaking the Specs out here?
No.
It's like a large alcohol
liquor
store or whatever, like a Bevmo, like in California. But anyway, we went in, and he's more of a wine person, and he grabbed onto the actual like shopping cart. So I was holding it by the front and I was kind of like guiding him, but it didn't look like it. It looked like he was just walking and he's looking around the store, but he's wearing his sunglasses and everything too. And he starts talking to the wine guy. And he's like saying, yeah, I want some wine from Brazil, from this and that. You know, they're just chatting it up. And I kind of just started pulling the cart, but it looked like Marty was just driving it. And we started cruising down though, and like the guy was saying, you know, the Brazilian is over this way and all that stuff like that. So we're going down there, and I kind of slowly guide him out and everything. And I get down there, and he stops, and the guy like looks at us, and I was like, "Hey, bro, you better figure it the fuck out," because I was like, "I don't know shit about wine," and he's blind. And he fucking looked at me, and then he looked at Marty, and Marty's like, "Yeah, I can't see shit." And the guy looked so fucking confused. He was like, "Oh, well, I guess I'll figure out what you guys want to drink then," and everything. It was pretty funny though, because the guy just looked like he was gonna shit himself when we told him.
Dude, I took Marty for a haircut, and he's like, I don't care, you know, who does it. I just want to make, as long as they make me look like Brad Pitt. So I was like, well, I got good news and bad news, Marty. Bad news, good news is you don't look like Brad Pitt. Bad news is you look like Armpit.
Oh shit!
Hair everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. But but they welcomed us in, and Sarah hung out with his mom and his wife, and me, Kevin, and Marty went in and checked out his Delta Force room. You know.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of cool stuff. I'll bring you by there next time you're here, JP. But it was a good time. Then after that, we came back and we went to check out the Freedom Friends podcast over at Warfighter Tobacco. So they had the debate going on, and it was a good time. So your mom's awesome. I hated to see her leave. She made me this cool blanket, bro, un quilto, you know, out of jean pockets, out of denim. And it's really cool. I'll send you a picture of it, but it's badass. I was so freaking excited because Kevin's got one. I was like, dude, that's awesome. And he's like, I have my mom make you one. I didn't think she was going to have it when she got here, you know? So that was cool.
We surprised him because my mom told him when we were coming over. She's like, hey, do you got any spare jeans? She's like, because if you give them to me, I'll take them home and I'll make you one of the quilts or whatever and stuff like that. And then while he was talking to Patty, I unlocked the car and she went over and got it and walked around, and then I just handed it to him. And he's like, what's this? And then he just looked at it and pulled it out. He's like, no way.
Oh my God.
Because it's even on the inside. It's not just jean. On the inside, it's got flannel pieces to keep you warm.
Oh, nice.
So that she knew that he was from New York. She put pieces that had Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty flannel on the inside.
And then we have some camouflage pieces and other stuff and some American flags. You know what I mean? Just make it for him.
You're getting all spoiled.
Oh, she even stitched in a label that said made for Gary Brugman, and she said she put the date and everything, and then put COVID-19 at the bottom because that's when she made it for him during COVID-19. She said she wished she would have known before he got sick that she would have put COVID-19 survivor.
Yep. Veteran, COVID-19 veteran.
Yeah, right. Yep. He's like, I got this.
But JP, we got you on the show, and I'm wearing my Let's Walk It Out t-shirt.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. I'm wearing my Let's Walk It Out 22 t-shirt. So what can you tell the listeners about Let's Walk It Out? You invited me to go, walk with you, and I will go walk with you. I ain't walking 222 miles. I'll tell you that right now. I'm lucky I make it 222 feet.
Bro, I got a wheelchair for you.
Roger that.
He's so good.
With off-road tires?
That's right. Well, Let's Walk It Out 222 Mile Ruck March is an event that basically it takes 10 days, walks an average of about 20 to 22 miles per day. We got different stops along the way. We go from Fayetteville, North Carolina to Camp Lejeune, and then back to Fayetteville, North Carolina. And what we do is we raise awareness, and we're going to start also doing some programs for suicide awareness and prevention.
Nice.
The way we look at it is, our brothers and sisters are hurting. And of course, we cannot mimic that pain mentally, but we can mimic that pain physically. And what we do is we take that pain while we're walking, because it's a lot of walking, right? And it's a lot of pain. The walkers from last year can tell you they were in pain at the end of the day, after the second day, every day. So, but they took it. And then the rucksack is to carry the burden with you, right? So you're not alone. We got this burden with you. All you got to do is stick around an extra day, right? And talk to us. So what we do is we walk. There was actually one core walker that basically that walk saved his life. He broke out and said everything that was going on, and his thoughts of suicide and stuff like that. And then we also had other people along the way that stopped us and goes like, hey, what are you guys doing? He's like, oh, really? You know, I tried to commit suicide, and I really like what you guys are doing. So it really opened up the doors for a lot of people to realize, hey, I'm not alone. There's a lot of people out there doing stuff for us, and look, they're really hurting. So that's Let's Walk It Out. The next event is going to be March 31st to April 9th. Let'swalkitout.org is where you can find all the information. Now we got sponsorship available for the event. We got volunteer registration available. We got donations available. I mean, you name it, you go to the website, you can find it there. And even sharing the page, sharing information or social media and all that helps.
Roger that, man. And hopefully everybody watching this video, this podcast will help you out and donate or show up or something. Because I brought the podcast back up, and I'm got quite a few thousand listeners now again. So it built up quick. So it's doing pretty good. And I need you guys to go to, what is it, JP? Let's Walk It Out 2022.
Let'swalkitout.org.
Let'swalkitout.org.
That's where you're going to find all the information.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get to that website. Let's get to that website and do what you can. $5, $10, $100, and I know a couple of you are money bags out there. Drop a couple of G's, will you? Stop being cheap. Pinche maceta. Anyway, me salió lo mexicano y lo puertorriqueño. But
let me add this about the walk. So what we do is all the funds that are received from that walk are going to go to different nonprofits that deal with helping veterans, and they got suicide awareness or prevention, programs. We got Special Forces Foundation benefiting for, this year, National Warrior Foundation, Off-Road Outreach. They got a lot of alternate programs for PTSD and TBI. And also we have 22 Until None, which is another great organization. So all the money is going to go to that. Is going to go to great organizations. So don't be shy. Go ahead and donate. Right now, we're a nonprofit corporation. We submitted for our 501c3 tax exempt. We should have the final decision by January, but we got an engagement letter. So your donation will be backdated, tax exempt. So don't worry about it. Just drop the money. And if you need the tax exempt letter, the engagement letter that we submitted at 501c3, we got it available on the website as well.
Nice.
And that's outstanding, because JP Cervantes is a upstanding person. I know him personally. He's a very close friend of mine, and he loves to do this. He loves to. We did this last year, and I was a sponsor last year. I'm gonna try to be a sponsor again this year. I was the fourth or fifth leg last year, I believe.
Yeah, I think you were the fifth leg.
The fifth leg, yeah.
The fifth leg, yeah.
Yeah, it was, and I was between two really good. I was right after Black Rifle Coffee, who was leg
That's
4.
Correct. Black Rifle Coffee sponsor a leg as well.
Yep, and then I forgot which one it was, but it was pretty cool too. So I was like, yeah, I'm right in between two awesome freaking people. So let's get out there. Let's walk it out.org and do what you can, because I'm looking forward to this. And like I said, I'm walking as much as I can, but I don't know what I'll be able to do. But I'm putting it out there, because we all got to carry that weight for each other, man. If veterans don't look out for each other, who will?
Right.
Exactly.
So, and I will make it a point to reach out to Levi Rogers for this as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Levi's here in town. He's a friend of mine, so I'll reach out to him personally and invite him.
Yeah,
so,
and I know Levi ain't gonna walk. Levi is living the life, but he got a lot of a big network. He can spread the word around.
Exactly.
But if he wants to walk, he's more than welcome. Levi will be like, "Dang, JP, what you got me into, JP and Gary."
right. See, as soon as he sees me, he's gonna be like, "Ah, shit." But bro, let me tell you, when I woke up in the hospital, I was paralyzed. All right. And I don't know why God did that to me, but he wanted me to feel it. He wanted to be like, you know what? Try this on for size, So here's just a little bit of paralysis, because I woke up and I couldn't move my head. All I could move were my eyes, and I was looking down at my hands, and my arms were on pillows. My legs were straight out. I had a blanket up to here, and I couldn't move. I'm looking at my hands. I'm like, I can't move. And then I looked out to the door, and I saw people walking, and I was trying to scream, but I had a trach. And it wasn't like I could even go like, or make any noise. I was like, nothing. I was like, I'm in the freaking Twilight Zone, But and then
in your own body.
And then Kim, showed up, and she was with me. And when she'd leave, out of nowhere, there was a person freaking ziplining into my room, right, and taking me with them, and taking me with them in their Black Hawk. And our pilot's name was Paloma. All right, our pilot's name was Paloma, and we were going after some kids that had been trafficked. But JP, it was you. It was you. But bro, let me tell you, this was so freaking real. This was so real. And Kim would be sitting there in the hospital next to me, and somehow I would talk to you, mental telepathy or something. I'd be like, watch, JP's coming. Watch. And she'd be looking, she's like, what? You know? And you and me were in Panama, Colombia, Guatemala, and we were rescuing kids in this Black Hawk. And for some reason, when I woke up, I swear I made $80 million. I made $80 million. And I even asked you, I was like, dude, is this true or am I dreaming this? And you were in your suit and we were at the club and you were like, check your bank account, bro. So needless to
papi, check your bank account.
Yep. So needless to say, I had Kim bring me my laptop. This is how real it was. I had Kim bring me my laptop so I can check my bank account because I thought it was so real. It was, and that wasn't the only one.
I believe they call that ICU psychosis. No, I'm serious because remember I told you the story. That's why I get my nightmares, right? They started when I was in the ICU when I had my Humvee roll over.
Right.
And I was seeing all this stuff, and to me it was real. Even when I was awake, I was still thinking that was real. So I believe that one of the doctors, if I'm not mistaken, he said it was called ICU psychosis. That you're in there for so long, you're so you're medicated, you don't know where you're at, you don't even know if it's day or night, you don't know how long you've been there, and your brain just starts
unraveling
with all this crazy shit.
It's like the hospital version of cabin fever.
Exactly. There you go. Except you can't move out of your bed and run.
Yeah.
Well, I was ziplining the fuck out of there. I don't know, you know. And dude,
you were pretty badass. I remember when you told me that story, I was laughing. You're like, and then you said, is Paloma a real person? I'm like, who the fuck is Paloma? And you're like, that was our pilot.
That's our pilot. Dude, and he would do all the intel because he would fly. And I remember one time we were gonna go on a sortie, right? We were gonna go on a sortie, and for certain you kept a 40 millimeter grenade launcher in the back with white phosphorus. And I still remember trying to stop cars, limousines, whatever, in other countries, they wouldn't stop. And you were like, dale con el fósforo, dale con el fósforo. which means hit him with the striking match, but you were meaning the white phosphorus, you know?
Oh my God.
And we were like, yeah, now we're gonna watch your car burn at 18,000 degrees for a month, you know?
Well, we need to make a movie about that, bro. Dude, it sounds like pretty badass right there.
But let me tell you, bro, it was so real, JP. I even remember it was a Black Hawk, and it had your company name and logo and everything on it in subdued black. All right, in subdued black, and on one time,
ghost flames on it,
and on one time, the vehicle was zigzagging, and I was going from side to side on the Black Hawk truck. There you go. Hold on, Aki.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, he's gonna coin me. Is he gonna coin me? Oh, he's gonna coin me. Oh shit.
You owe me a beer.
I owe you a beer. Where's mine? Hold on.
Both of y'all, neither one of you have a coin.
Bro, that is an amazing story, bro. I wish it was true though, because I mean, 80 million. What is it? 80,000 or 80
million? Because we
did ready to retire.
we did four jobs, and each one was 20 million. My cut.
My God.
My cut. You know, and I was like, this is the kind of money you're making, JP? And you're driving around in a Tahoe?
well, I can tell you that it was a dream because in all the human trafficking recovery operations that we've done, we made zero money. But we do that on purpose. We make sure that only expenses are covered, and then we don't make any profit from those operations.
Roger that, and that's a good thing, man. That's why you're blessed. But bro, it was so real. I mean, like I was saying, I was going side to side because one car was zigzagging on me, right? And when I hit him with the white phosphorus, a piece of it hit the freaking the tail wheel, the support. So you were telling me, I was like, dude, you need to be careful, man. You made a $70,000 hole in the helicopter. I was like, take it out of my money, bro. Take it out of my money.
Take it out of my card.
Bro,
you know what? Send it to me on Bitcoin.
There you go.
The check is in the mail.
But JP, I still remember like the rivets on the helicopter. I remember what the terrain looked like. A couple of times we were waiting for them to move, and you and me were having like bandeja paisa in Colombia, you know, because we were like, all right, let's eat. Paloma's gonna go on a helicopter offshore and keep an eye out and whatnot, and we're gonna go eat. So we were eating bandeja paisa. You know,
Paloma is in the helicopter and pulling security while we eat. That's fucking awesome.
Yep. Because he didn't want to set down the bird. I have a reason for everything. It was vivid. I was like, why ain't he coming to eat? He's like, no, he's got the weapons. All we need are our sidearms to go into town. He's got the weapons, and he doesn't want to leave the bird by itself. And
oh my god, bro, we need.
He's got the whole story laid out for this.
I know. We need to make at least a short movie about that shit.
Dude, that would be awesome, dude. Because like I said, I have everything so freaking vivid. And that one time I was with Kim, she was in the room. I'm like, you watch, here he comes. He's gonna zip line down. She's like looking. She's like, what? And he'll be here in a minute. Just watch. He's coming. Dude,
it's funny because meanwhile, there's Kim sending me updates going like, yeah, he's delusional.
Yeah. Dude, my mind unraveled like crazy. I was having so many crazy daydreams, man.
And it's crazy because you were in the hospital for a while, but I remember I was like, I told my girlfriend, it's like, hey, listen, I'm coming over there, and don't worry about me, because when I land, I'm gonna go and have a lunch, and I'm gonna hang out with Gary until you get out of work. So don't worry about it. And she's like, oh, okay, great. Then I go like, yeah, shit, Gary's in the hospital. So,
sorry, Poppy. I was a little too busy trying to stay alive.
Right.
Let me tell you one thing, Gary, that I'm gonna tell you right now. The Ubers in freaking San Antonio, bro, Uber needs to do a check on those Uber drivers.
No shit.
I got into Ubers that were nasty, destroyed in the inside. There was one guy that was smoking weed, and I didn't even want to get inside. He goes like, I'm like, dude, this is nasty. There was another one. I mean, bro, I remember when Uber first started, it was called your personal chauffeur, right? Mm-hmm. That was Uber. And the cars were really clean. The people were dressed, I mean, not always like super, super, super fancy, but they were dressed decent, and they pick you up, they get out, they open the door for you. You're supposed to show up either at work or at a date or whatever, and you're supposed to look high baller, right? Because you showed up and a guy opened the door for you and shit like that. Now, bro, they're like, get the fuck in. Where the fuck are you going? you're like, dude, it's in the app. Ah, shit.
Dude, and he drives Lyft.
I drive Lyft right now. I've been doing Lyft for a while.
Yeah, bro, I hope your car is clean.
No, that's one of the things. I got one of those memberships at the places here that wash your car, and I take it through like.
You mean the car wash?
The car wash.
Oh, nice.
So I go through it every couple days and basically get it cleaned, and it's like that's one of my reviews is always like very clean car. So that's one of my things I pride myself on. I don't want people getting in and being like it's dirty, and like I always tell Patty like I get out and grab people's baggage, and all that stuff. I got to make sure I help out.
And when I order Ubers from, I haven't used the Lyft app yet, but when I got it, but I haven't used it. But when I order Uber from an airport too, and then this guy showed, dude, you're working at the airport, right? Like you're in your designated Uber area, and then you get the bling. Okay, freaking, I got it. Then you go there and you pick somebody up. Why would you have your trunk full of car seats for your kids and all that shit? You're picking up people at an airport. They come with fucking luggage.
Didn't I just tell you that? Didn't I just tell you that? I said, let me see your trunk.
When you saw mine and you're like, this is how it's supposed to be. I was like, well, yeah, if I have to pick somebody up, you don't know. Even sometimes during the week, even though, it won't maybe be like a prime time when somebody's going to the airport, you never know. Yep. So it's like, I just make sure everything's completely empty, trunk, all that stuff.
Well, dude, I got lucky when I was in where was I? I think I was in Orlando. Where the hell was I? I forgot. I was somewhere, and I had my bag and I had my gun in it, right? And it was in the trunk and it kind of fell over. And when I got to where I was going, I was like, shit, my magazine. You know, my magazine, my spare magazine was gone in the case and everything. So I ended up calling the guy on the Uber app, and he went and he goes, "Oh yeah, it's here." I was like, "Well, dude, where you at?" "Oh, it was here in Fort Worth when I got back from Orlando," and the guy met up with me and gave it to me. So he was cool, but yeah, I was like, shit, I'm never gonna see that magazine again. Leave a magazine in my car.
I'm glad he didn't say, "I'm not giving it to you." Really, bro? I got extra ones. I come and find you.
Exactly.
That's the one that's in the actual firearm.
You're getting 1 star, motherfucker, and I'm coming to get you. But
what is that, like that movie, The Equalizer 2, where he tells the guys after he beats him up, "You better give me 5 stars and leave a good tip"?
Yeah, exactly, man. I love that movie, man. That Equalizer.
Those are good movies.
Yeah, I tried to watch the Equalizer, the TV series with Queen Latifah.
No.
It sucks.
Yeah,
No.
the original Equalizer with the old white man. I forgot his name. That was good. There was
but no, they got a new one with I think it's Queen Latifah.
Yeah, it is
right?
Queen
No,
Latifah.
that's why I won't even watch it though, because it's like you guys are just you're reaching.
It's super stupid.
Yeah.
How the hell are you gonna tell me you're doing secret operations in the same city that you live in and nobody knows who you are? And like, come on, girl.
Exactly, bro. But yeah, bro. The trip is still on. I'm gonna be heading up to Jersey, but it'll probably be when it gets warmer because I'm not driving in this cold and stuff. So I'm gonna come through your town. Gonna go see Big Daddy RuffNeck, probably pick him up and bring him with me. And we're gonna go back to Charlie Mike's. And again, are you going to SHOT Show?
Bro, I am debating right now whether I do SHOT Show or not. And the reason is I've been talking to a lot of people and they're like, bro, last year SHOT Show was canceled. This year people still debating, not because they're scared of COVID, they're debating because of all the stupid rules of COVID that they still got in Vegas and all that shit. So they're like, I think that SHOT Show is not going to be a success this year.
Well, SIG already pulled out. 6 Hour pulled out.
That's what I was going to say.
Grunt Style pulled out. They're like 2 or 3 other people that I was told pulled out already.
Yeah, because it's not going to be a success because nobody wants to go the first year they open and they don't know how it's going to turn out.
Right.
So I'm thinking I'm probably going to pass on SHOT Show this year and then go next year when everybody's like, woohoo, SHOT Show.
Let everybody else go and test out the waters.
Yeah. I'll let everybody tell me how shitty it was.
Well, take the first shot and I'll come in on the second one.
I'm still trying to go because I've never been. So I'm trying to get in, like, you know, as media or something. I've never been. So
yeah, well, I just don't get disappointed if you don't see what if you don't see a lot of people there.
Well, I'm already disappointed that you're not going, but you know, fuck it, I'll go anyway because you know what? One thing I am going to go is Burbies. Burbies is over there, and it's kind of like a military network and stuff that we went to the one here in San Antonio.
Yeah, that was great.
I actually signed up for one of those in Tampa, and I ended up something happening. I ended up getting a contract, and I couldn't go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if I don't get into SHOT, I'm still gonna go to Vegas. But if I don't get into SHOT Show, I'm still gonna go to Burbies. So Burbies is a good time, man.
Yeah, cool. And again, SHOT Show is a good place to go. It's a good place to network and all that good stuff. It's just, like I said, a lot of people have told me, man, I don't think I want to take the chance and spending all that money to go there and then
have it be a bust, basically. You know?
Yeah. No. I mean, there's always drinking to be done, but.
Dude,
I can do that anywhere.
We do that everywhere. That's what I was gonna say. Like, we ain't got to go to Vegas for that.
Yeah, you don't need to go all the way to Vegas and spend all that money on hotel rooms to food and drink.
Nope.
But yeah, bro. So I'm going to be pushing more on this podcast. I'm gonna try to market it a little bit better because I'm trying to get on a platform where I'm just not using like the Zoom and stuff, having somebody actually do it, you know. So I've gotten a couple of offers on things already, but I'm just, you know, researching it because, you know, it's just me. I've been doing this whole thing for the past year and a half. And actually, I had you on episode 10. Yeah, but I want to make it bigger. You know, I want to make it bigger and better. And I'm not very technical. As you can see, when we started this show, this was take 3 because I couldn't get the audio working. So I think I'm just going to get somebody to try to help me because I just want to make it a whole lot better, you know. But But
Well, it's like a VTSR podcast. My podcast is like it's almost like a one-man show, and then Nate helps whenever he can on his side. But the way we got to set it up now is like it's super easy. It's a one-man show now. Like I can just click. We finish a podcast, I can have it out in a few hours.
oh, no kidding.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Nice.
talk to you
Yeah.
after we get done with the.
Speaking of that big gorilla Nate, he's in Colorado right now, and I got him some cigars. I'm gonna be putting them in the mail tomorrow. I picked him up a sampler pack of Warfighter tobacco, so I'm gonna be shipping them out to him tomorrow. So he just posted the picture, and I said, "Damn, bro," I said, "You're ugly." I said, UGLY, you ain't got no alibi. You're ugly. Sorry.
He looks like a Sasquatch, man. You know the Big Show on wrestling?
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
Right there, the Big Show.
Yeah, no shit.
Except he's uglier.
Except now I got to watch what I say because he's only 13 hours away now and in this country.
Yeah. But don't worry, we can always deport him.
Yeah, right? you know, one time I got asked when I was a Border Patrol agent in Eagle Pass, I had a girlfriend. We were walking into the Walmart, and out comes this big, like Indian Mexican, with the straight hair and the big sarape, right? And this dude must have been about 6'4" and at least almost 300 pounds, but not fat, just big, And she says, "What would you do if you caught him on the border?" I'd be like, "U.S. Border Patrol, welcome to America. Where you going?" You need a ride.
You need a ride. Here, let me get the door for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You look hungry. Want my lunch?
Right? I forgot
That's
where
so
it
funny.
was, but me and my partner one time, we had this vehicle and it was lowered. The back was sitting. It looked like they were smuggling dope and stuff, right? So we pulled it over, and we drew our guns and we were like, get out of the car, get out of the car. And out of the car came out these four big, huge kickapoo, Mexicano Indian guys, right? We're like, oh shit, get back in the car, get back in the car. But
I changed my mind.
but they,
my mind. Get in.
and I don't understand it, dude, because these guys, it was a small car, and I can't remember the car, but it was like a small little hatchback car, and these guys must have been about $250 a piece, and they were in the car, and it was lower in the back, and that's why we stopped, because we thought it had dope, and it did have dope, but why would you make it so obvious, Like
They're
for
not the sharpest tool in the shed. They're
Well-
not bright, apparently.
bro, one time we pulled over a vehicle. Remember the little Calvin and Hobbes guy that was taking a pee on whatever you didn't like? Like little Calvin and Hobbes was a cartoon character taking a leak.
The stickers. They make
Right, on the back window. So it was Calvin taking the leak, and it said La Migra, immigration, meaning the Border Patrol. We were like, really? So we freaking lit him up. Well, let's see what this is about. We lit him up. He stopped. We walked to the vehicle. The fucker took off. We chased him for about a mile, and he went through a fence. Fucker had 400 pounds of dope in the car. If you're gonna smuggle dope, why would you have a piss on La Migra sticker on your fucking back window?
Those guys were the decoys. They were the decoys for the big group.
The big group that brought the rest of the.
That would make sense, but goddamn, dude.
That's the sacrificial lamb that went up to you guys.
Yep. True that. But I had another guy. I was getting coffee at a Circle K at a gas station, and when I walked out, there's a little S10 Blazer, and it was the guy was getting gas, and he had the hose on the right side and the pumps in front of him. He's leaning up against the vehicle, and I put my coffee in the coffee holder, and I look over and I look at the back window, and all I see are bundles, bro. I see bundles of dope, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I walk over there, and the guy sees me coming, and I look at his back window, and I look at him, he looks at me, just to double check I look, and when I walk towards him, he tries to run, but he had the hose on that side, so he got hung up in the hose. I tackled him over the hose, freaking cuffed him up. I was like, dude, let me ask you a question. I said, you weren't here when I pulled in. Did you not see my vehicle here? Because I'm right here. And he's like, yeah, I saw it. I was like, then why'd you come in here? He's like, I needed gas. I was like, if you're gonna smuggle dope, don't you think you should fuel it up before you get the dope? You know?
Well, you know, it's yeah.
Hey, this is the only place that sells gas apparently at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? You're going to jail, and it's not because you're smoking dope, it's because you're stupid. You know?
I mean, he was running late for the pickup. He didn't have time to get fuel.
Hey, I got a question to ask you, JP. So how's Mr. Brown? Is he still around or what?
Mr. Brown haven't been in Charlie Mike's for a little bit. He's in trouble with his significant other, as he calls her.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, he's in trouble. So there was shortly after you visited Charlie Mike's, Mr. Brown ended up going to the hospital.
You told me that.
For liver problems.
Right.
And then he didn't tell his significant other that he went to the hospital. So the next day, she's like, "Where the fuck is he at?" So anyways, yeah, he got in trouble. Then he also got jumped. I don't know if you remember that. He got jumped by some people that stole his shit, took advantage of him as he was, walking back from one sports bar to his house. But he's doing good. He's staying home. I texted him maybe like a month ago, and he said he was doing fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, everybody missed him at Charlie Mike's, man. He needs to go there, with his 2 watches.
Yeah, I hear you, man. And that was funny, dude. He was such a nice guy, man. I stood there and talked to him for about an hour that first time I went in there.
Yeah.
And I got to take you to Charlie Mike's, Kevin. It's a special forces bar right in Fayetteville, and it's one of the coolest places I ever been, man.
Oh, I've seen it. I think I've seen it on video because, Patty follows this one over here.
Right.
This one, she's always telling me like, "Hey, what are we gonna say to JP?" I'm like, "I don't know. You ask him whatever you want."
Yeah. We need to ask him something weird.
She'll throw something out in Spanish usually because it's funnier when you answer back and then she'll translate it for me or something like that. And I'm like, okay, because not everybody will get it all the time.
But yeah, people don't forget, go to letswalkitout.org and support JP Cervantes and the Let's Walk It Out fundraiser. And it's a great project. So make sure you get there. Letswalkitout.org. And I need to let you all know, get this book, John 15:13 by John Nicholas Castle, John St. Nick. There you go. A great book. Get this book, Agent Under Fire by my brother Victor Avila. He was one of the two ICE agents that was ambushed by Los Zetas cartel in Mexico. They killed his partner Jaime Zapata, and they the president just signed the Jaime Zapata Victor Avila Law Enforcement Act. So it is now a law, because what happened was the guys that killed his partner and shot him 3 times with an AK-47, the federal government dismissed their charges 2 years ago because it didn't happen in the United States. So now with this new law, it doesn't matter where in the world you are, the government will prosecute you if you assault a federal agent. And of course, you got to get Welcome to Blackwater by my brother Morgan Lorette. This is a great book, man. It will have you laughing and saying, "Oh shit," over and over again, because he's a funny motherfucker, and the way he tells the stories is amazing. And I don't know what's better, the front cover or the back cover. It's a really good book. And also, y'all need to subscribe. Go to skillsetmag.com. skillsetmag.com. It's a great magazine, all about skill sets and operators and a bunch of different stuff, man. It's not just about firearms, but it's about life, man. It's a good magazine. They're good friends of mine. Go check it out. But JP, you were talking about your Humvee accident. What year did that happen in?
That happened in 2005.
2005. Oh yeah, I was at Club Fed then. So
yeah, 2005, I had my Humvee rollover accident. Then shortly after, I was deploying again like a dumbass.
I know that feeling, man. I would have back surgery, and then they make me fit for full duty, and I go out on a freaking boat doing rescues, and bam, on the water, and oh shit, I need back surgery again. It must be the hard-headed Puerto Rican, bro. You know?
Yep, that's what it is.
So were you driving?
No. I was one of the passengers. I was sitting in a assault Humvee, like I was literally sitting in the back facing the rear, and then the dumbass driver let's not get into that one.
Okay.
Anyways, the driver, he made a wide turn and the vehicle started sliding, and he hit like the those water canal ditches.
Oh yeah, the irrigation ditch. Yeah.
Yeah, for
wow.
the rocks, the big rocks. So once the Humvee was sliding and the two wheels were sliding like this, and then eventually when he hit the canal, he couldn't slide anymore. So he just started flipping. He just ejected everybody out of the vehicle. It was one of the worst ones. They had to airlift me medevac me from the training site to Womack. Luckily, I was stateside. If not, I would have died.
Right.
To Womack, and as soon as I landed in Womack and they took me in the ER, first thing the doctor said is like, man, there's nothing we can do for him here. He needs a neurosurgeon. So they had to airlift me to UNC Chapel Hill and do surgeries, facial reconstruction, and all that.
And where was that?
That was here at Fort Bragg.
No shit.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Dude, I saw that video and I was like, is this a joke? That can't be real.
Yeah.
When I saw the video, I was like, it just didn't look real, man. I can't picture you being like that, because you're my friend and stuff,
Yeah.
I can't picture you being like that, And
I think Patty watched it too. I remember us seeing it. Patty watched it too, and I kept remembering.
It's like my friend Victor Avila.
Not to laugh, but the whole Poppy, stay with us, Poppy. The whole time.
Hey, Poppy.
That was actually Ben Rios, the one saying that. Stay with us, Poppy, Poppy. That was my call sign, Poppy. So.
Oh, was it?
Stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody called me Poppy. Poppy, stay with me.
Nice, dude. It's like my friend Victor Avila. I was researching some stuff on him, and there's a news article. And there's an audio tape of when he called on the cell phone that they had been shot, and just listening to his voice and the panic that he was in because his partner was bleeding out, And when they shot him, they ran him off the road. They were in an armored Suburban, right? So they ran him off the road. So when they put their vehicle in park, the doors opened. The doors unlocked. So in a panic to close the doors and lock them, they happened to open the windows about yay much, and they stuck the AK-47s in through there because.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So then they started opening fire and whatever. They shot his partner. They tried to get away again, ran him off the road. Make a long story short, listening to that audio of him, in distress, and knowing him now was stressing me out. Just like when I was watching that video of you, I was like, this can't be happening. I mean, I know it happened, freaking 15 years ago, but I was like, man, I felt it. And with Victor Avila, he was waiting there talking to Homeland, and the ambulance pulled up, and a guy in regular clothes came out, wanted him to open the door so he can take him to the hospital. It was the cartel ambulance. They came back to finish the job. They were like, did you see? And he was talking to his federale friend, Mexican law enforcement. And he was like, did you send somebody? He goes, no, I haven't sent anybody. Don't open the doors. So the guy was trying to get them to open the doors, and they wouldn't open the door. They were going to finish him off, But you got to read the book. The book's awesome, But it's just, I got another question to ask you, Kev. Yeah. How do you like living in Texas now as opposed to California?
Oh, it's like night and day, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We got freedom now. I walk around with guns everywhere I go. It's like a huge difference. I've got rights back. I don't got to wear that stupid mask all the time. Yep. You know what I mean? Cost of living is way down.
JP, I took him to a gun show here in Texas, and they got all the guns laid out and everything. And he's like, can we touch those? I was like, dude, check it.
Well, now I'm building them in the living room instead because I was like, watch this, damn it.
right.
He thought he was at a strip club. He's like, can I touch?
I started pulling the little string out. And I was like, what's this thing?
I should have been like, for $1, bro. For $1, bro.
Well,
yeah.
Well, eventually my girlfriend, the probabilities of her getting stationed in San Antonio are pretty high. So if that happens, I'll be over there with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be Brad.
Yes. You would actually leave North Carolina to come to San Antonio?
Oh, hell, with her? Oh, hell yeah. I'll
right.
go her to hell if I have to.
And I know a good realtor.
I wonder what his name is.
Oh, great. Now I'm happy. So
yeah, it's probably gonna be a year and a half, but the probabilities are probably high. I mean, she's a nurse, so you know she's gonna have to go there anyways for the captain career scores.
Mm-hmm.
So
let me tell you, there's a lot of nurse opportunity here in San Antonio because we got Lackland, we got Randolph, we got Wilfred Hall, Fort Sam. You know, there used to be Kelly Air Force Base here too, but they closed Kelly down, and now I think it's run by Boeing or something. They fixed.
Oh my bad, I forgot. We cannot call it Fort Sam Houston anymore because it's offensive to some people.
What?
Yeah, remember
Uncle Sam?
Yeah, it's offensive. Like Fort Bragg is getting renamed as well.
Really?
Yeah, like
I didn't know they were renaming Fort Sam.
It was 7 or 9 different bases. I think it was 7 or 9 that were mandated to rename because they have Confederate generals
affiliation or something.
And I go like, that is so freaking gay. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. It's like, come on, if the name of base offends you, you got issues.
Exactly.
I mean, it's freaking history, man. You know, so are you gonna tell me if I feel that JFK was racist, we should rename all the JFK highways?
Right. I mean, it's stupid, bro.
I mean, think about it.
It's trying to rewrite history, and it's just ridiculous.
If I'm not mistaken, Fort Sam Houston is no longer Fort Sam Houston. It's called Joint Base San Antonio.
No, because Joint Base San Antonio has been around as long as I've been here in Texas, 20 years, JBSA. And Joint Base San Antonio is all the bases together. They're all part of JBSA.
Yeah, but I believe Fort Sam Houston is like no mass.
So you're just not allowed to use the Army name, but you can call it the Joint Base, but not
you can call it
Fort
Joint
Sam
Base,
Houston.
not Fort Sam Houston.
You know what?
Joint Task Force.
Fuck all this shit.
I know Fort Hood is getting renamed. Fort Bragg is getting renamed. They just did like a town hall meeting here because they sent a big survey. The Army sent a big survey about what names should be renamed and stuff like that. So I know Benavides is one of the names for that is in the pot there for Fort Bragg and also for Fort Hood.
Do you get marked down if you resubmit Fort Bragg?
Oh no! So a lot of people put none, keep the same.
There you go.
You know, it's like I mean, think about it. It's like all the old timers. Nobody wants to hear. They're all gonna say, "Oh yeah, when I was at Fort Bragg." They don't care about
or back at Bragg.
Back at
really?
Bragg. I mean, there's a lot of history of Fort Bragg. You know,
dude. Even in Rambo, I wish I was back at Bragg now. You know,
yeah, right.
Rambo. Let's go back to Bragg.
Let's go back. Colonel, can you take me back to Bragg? I wish I was at Bragg now.
You can't.
Raven, copy. Raven.
You won't be able to call 10th Mountain anymore because it's offensive to call it like an inanimate object or a terrain feature.
Yeah,
you can't call it that.
Like the Washington Redskins, the Washington football team.
Dude, don't even start with the Redskins because that was my wife's freaking team.
Oh, really?
And now they're literally called a football team. It's like, really? Well, that's kind of self-explanatory, guys. I thought that's what we were watching.
Yeah, no.
Every name of any brand of any football team, baseball team, or anything like that they have the word brown in it, I'm gonna boycott.
Right.
Roger
it's
that.
Racist. It's racist.
You're like, you guys are targeting me.
You guys are targeting me because I'm brown.
Yep. I'm not brown. I'm olive.
Right.
You need to stop calling it olive drab. I don't like that.
Well, I'm not white. I'm mother of pearl. How about that?
It's like a buddy of mine from Puerto Rico. You know, he's because for the people that don't know, before you start talking shit, there's a lot of blacks in Puerto Rico because we have African descent as well. Mm-hmm. So my buddy, you know, he's black. So you know, in Puerto Rico, to all the black people, what we call them, mira negro.
Yeah. Oye negro, ven acá. Yep.
So we call him Blackie.
Yeah, pretty much we call him Blackie.
Yeah, we call him Blackie. We're like, hey, Blackie. And he goes like, I'm not black. He goes like, I'm dark brown.
Dude, but it's like,
black.
Dude,
they don't like it. It's dark brown.
It's like the Mexican families, man. They got their little kid. They're like, oh yeah, go lo ven acá. It's like, did you just call him Fatso? Hey, Fatso, come here, you know?
Hey, Fatso, come here. He's not even fat. Yeah, that's how we call him. It's just cariño.
Yeah. But cariño, my ass, you just called him Fatso. You called this 3-year-old kid fat. Hey, Fatso, come here.
Yep.
This is how they know you.
Exactly, brother. So, hey, I need to give another shout out to Patch Ops. They made me this patch, Gary Brugman Podcast. If you need one, send me a DM. And I got a couple available. And again, 14th Hour Foundation took real good care of me. That's Chris Tanto Pronto's foundation. While I was in a hospital, they took care of all my rent, my bills, my utilities, my truck payment, everything. They took care of everything. When I got out, I was like, man, I'm behind on all my stuff, my rent, my utilities. They're like, nope, it's all covered. And those foundations really do work. I was talking to somebody earlier and they were like, you know, I'm so done with like veteran organizations, 501c3s, because not all of them are legit, you know, and not all of them are legit. But I know of a couple that are. JP Cervantes is letswalkitout.org. Don't forget it, letswalkitout.org. Go there, do what you can. Volunteer your time, volunteer your money, volunteer somebody else's money. We don't care. Just bring it down, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But
Just bring it.
I want to thank my brother Kevin for being here with me again. Big Daddy RuffNeck, we're praying for you, brother. This podcast was for you. And Mr. JP Cervantes, thanks for coming on such short notice, bro. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you soon. And in the meantime, I don't have Big Daddy RuffNeck here to walk us out, but... Oh, yeah. This concludes this episode of the Gary Brugman Podcast. Thank you, everybody, for spending an hour with me. It's been great. JP, thank you for coming. Kevin, we will talk again soon. Everybody out there, remember, stay safe, stay vigilant, be savage. God bless Texas. God bless y'all. God bless America. Peace. We'll catch up with you again. And remember, there's no podcast next week. I'm going to be out of town, so we will be back in 2 weeks from today. All right? God bless y'all. Peace.